Getting ready to set up for the morning briefing. My guy is already getting ready to leave. What does that mean, I wonder? Did he get him today or not? Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
How'd you do? Whoa, let's see here. Oh, my goodness, they are biting here in Surfside this morning. Wow. All right, beautiful. Give me 5. Nice going, guys. Thank you. What do we got? Oh, nice spot fin croaker. Let's see. Wow, those are beautiful. Darn, look at that. Beautiful. All right, guys. Really good fishing. There's a whole bunch of guys combining for that, by the way. There's about 8 guys down here fishing today. And, man, they're putting the hurt on these fish here in the surf. We've got a lot to talk about here on the MB this morning as fishing is incredible. Wide open bluefin tuna fishing for a lot of guys, the majority of guys. And there's a difference in size of fish. You've got some really giant fish, and then you've got the smaller fish also. It has been flat, wide open, and we'll have that for you. Coronado Islands really going well. White sea bass up in the Channel Islands. LA Orange County bass boats all over that big bluefin tuna last night. Hey, it's time for the MB. I guess we're not, well, maybe we will play our game. There's still plenty of guys down here fishing. All right, my friends, have a great one. We'll talk to you again here in just a moment. The MB is here. Michael Limon and his mother, Barbara, are here. Is that your first surf fish? That's a nice one. Good job. All right, and your brother's on a fish. I better go check it out. Good job, Michael. Oh, it's a big one. Oh, check it out. Big yellowfin croaker. Man. Woo, get in there, Michael. Hey, jump in there. Atta boy, you two guys. Beautiful, you guys.
You're looking at the deck of the Thunderbird out of Davies Locker in Newport Beach, California, fishing San Clemente Island, where there has been an exceptional bite on big yellowtail. But just check out the great variety there. I see calico bass, white sea bass, yellowtail, and lots more. In fact, I'm wondering how many different species can you count as the camera goes by? Drop a comment down below and let me know how many different species you see. Looks like great variety and fun fishing on board the Thunderbird at San Clemente Island today. Make sure you're bringing some heavy tackle. Those yellowtail have exceeded 40 pounds in many cases. You're fishing that with a dropper loop rig, 8-ounce or 12-ounce torpedo sinker, 60-pound test, and a 5/0 hook. Great variety on board the Thunderbird. Check it out.
Hey, good morning, my dear friends, and welcome to beautiful Surfside, California this lovely Wednesday morning. It is flat gorgeous. Air temperature perfect. Got to be around 70 degrees out here. There's no breeze at all. The ocean's looking calm. The fish are biting back there behind me, as you could see. Really excellent fishing going on here in the surf this morning. And, man, it's a good time for you to get down to Big Fish Bait and Tackle on the corner of Seal Beach Boulevard and Pacific Coast Highway. Get your bait and get on down here because it is nibbling. Huntington Beach has been good. We'll get into the surf report a little bit later on. If you don't mind, hit that like button. We deeply appreciate it when you do that. Share these videos with a friend. Of course, subscribe to the Friedman Adventures YouTube channel and tick that little bell because you'll be notified when there's new content when you do that. Also, you can catch us on TikTok, on Instagram, on Facebook, Apple Podcast, and Spotify. Really great to be with you all as there is so much to talk about. And I mean, it is absolutely incredible. We'll take you south of the border, the Bay of LA. Bola, Tom Lucas is down there putting the hurt on the yellowtail. We reported on that yesterday to you, and Tom checked in again and said it's been flat, wide, open yellows with some cabrilla mixed in with it. It's been great fishing down there in the Bahia de Los Angeles on the Baja Peninsula, so great fishing there. We'll bump you up a little bit closer to home, 70 miles from home for that matter, and excellent fishing for the boats out of Ensenada on a variety of different species. That bluefin tuna is biting in the daytime, and it's excellent fishing. No doubt about it. Excellent scores on fish that range from 15 to 40 pounds, but once in a while you'll stumble into that 100-plus pound bluefin tuna biting on the trolled Mad Mac type lures. Also, you can throw a Sakana or a Colt Sniper when you roll up on a foamer of that bluefin tuna. There's a lot of those foamers right now. Also, inside and closer to home, there's those bird schools of yellowtail that get up under the birds. The yellows force the bait to the surface, and the birds are spying down on that. They show the way to some outstanding yellowtail action. At times, it can be really, really good. Throwing a surface iron when you get in there has been the best way to make that happen. Outstanding fishing. There's also flurries of barracuda, flurries of the big bonita, sandbass, calico bass, plenty of rockfish to go along with it. It truly is great fishing in Ensenada. You should be down there and having some fun and experiencing Baja hospitality. I love that part of the world and can't wait to get down there again really, really soon. Let's talk long range and mention that the Royal Polaris is on an 8-day trip, and they are flat having a great trip. 41 wahoo yesterday. Good yellowfin tuna fishing. And man, I'll tell you, it was just action-packed. It took them a little while to find that who, but when they did, it was outstanding fishing on the wahoo, on the yellowfin tuna. This certainly bodes well for future trips like the one that's pushing off right now. Well, not quite right now. They're unloading a great trip on the Independence at Point Loma Sport Fishing this morning, and then shortly they'll be on their way down to the 8-day range where fishing is spectacular right now. Of course, Danny Cadota on his show recently talked about his great trip on board the American Angler, and now it just carries over and over and over. Buenos dias, mi hermano Valentino. We're just seeing outstanding fishing on the who and the yellowfin tuna. Royal Polaris all over the fish. And let me take you up to Washington to let you know there are albacores somewhere, not here in Southern California. Today's D-Day. Don't forget, for my prediction, I said albacore in SoCal before or on the 10th of July, my mother's birthday. I keep her in my thoughts and prayers, and a remarkable woman. But my albacore prediction, in terms of the timing going down the tubes right now, I'm still not counting it out. We'll see what happens. A lot of cool water, a lot of anchovy around. But anyway, the legend up there in Washington, the state of Washington, had 6 guys and 77 albacore. Pretty wide open albie fishing going on up there for an old San Diego captain named Sean Trowbridge. You can Google legend, put a Z on the end of the D, and you've got legend sport fishing, and you can join them up there if you're dying for an albacore fix. And who isn't? That would be outstanding. Tax problems, you need to call Tim Marquez from A Best Income Tax. Tim's been doing taxes for 35 years. Give him a call today. And if you have heating and or air conditioning needs, there's nobody better than John Lopez at Efficient Heating and Air Conditioning. Let's get in to the bluefin tuna bite. I think this guy's on another fish. There's just great fishing everywhere in SoCal. I called it world class, and that was not hyperbole. That is not an exaggeration. This is some of the best fishing I've for sure ever seen in my life in Southern California. And I've been doing this for 60 years here in SoCal. So really some remarkable fishing going on right now. I don't know how I can get any better. Last night was outstanding. Checked in with some of the LA Orange County based boats. The Pride, who's just pulling in to 22nd Street Landing right now, didn't get to fish that bluefin for a lot of time, but while they were on it, it was wide open, 75 to 200 pound fish. Mackey was on board that trip, and he said it was wide open. He said the Freedom was right there. They were catching some fish. The Legend out of San Diego, they were right there. It was remarkable fishing, and it is so good to know that this big bluefin tuna is within range of not only San Diego based boats, but LA Orange County based boats. You want to catch the fish of a lifetime, this is the time to do it. It's remarkable, and I have a sneaking suspicion it's just going to continue through the fall. We have a little bit of openings on 2 great trips in the fall. In September, we're on board the Apollo out of C4 Sport Fishing in San Diego. In October, we're on the Amigo. Excuse me 1 minute. On the Amigo out of 22nd Street Landing in San Pedro. You should text me today if you want to grab one of those last few spots, 227-6459. The El Dorado's running reverse day and a half trips out of Long Beach sport fishing. They put a hurt on the big bluefin tuna, and the casualty rate is insane right now because these fish are so big. So tackle up, my friends. Good 2-speed reels, 100-pound Spectra at least. You can go 130. I like 100. I think that gives you plenty of pulling power, and it gets your jig down to where you want to get it quickly. 250 to 350 gram jigs. Wow, Eddie bombs have been super effective. West Coast jiggers, HD jigs have been working. SK jigs by Dawa have been working. A myriad of different jigs have been working. Getting them to the appropriate depth when the captain tells you to drop is the most important thing you can do when you're fishing this fish. Pacific Dawn out of San Diego limits a bluefin tuna. 25 of his fish, 100 to 180 pounds. On board the Islander, they had a yellowfin tuna. So we're seeing some of that warm water fish. Few more yellowfin every single week sneaking in. Some years we have a very warm water scenario along the coast and cooler water offshore, and that's what we're painting up right now. But that YFT could move up the Baja coast inshore and provide us with some great action this fall. I see that in our future. 40 bluefin on board the Islander, 20 of those fish, 100 to 180 pounds. And those kind of scores go on and on and on. Beautiful fishing for the long-range boys last night, putting a hurt on the giant bluefin tuna. The smaller fish providing good action closer to Point Loma. And speaking of that, let's transition in to the full-day trips out of San Diego, because the San Diego out of C4 Sport Fishing had a spectacular day's fishing yesterday. Limits of bluefin tuna, and now we're starting to see that consistency. We push deeper into summer, and the consistency is starting to take hold. Really great fishing for the San Diego yesterday as they put a hurt on mostly 15 to 40 pound fish. Sometimes they get a little bit finicky, so you do want to have some 25-pound fluorocarbon and drop down to a number 4 size hook. Other times they'll bite, 30, 40 pound when they really fire up and chew. And mixed with it are those big bonito. That is great stuff. Really excellent fishing. And the full-day fleet out of San Diego is now on this. Man, if you think about it, we've got a stretch of bluefin tuna that goes from well below Ensenada to up there toward the Channel Islands right now. It's absolutely incredible world-class fishing here in Southern California. All right, don't forget, you want 10% off anything Promar Ahi has, whether it's their new lures, a net, a gaff, hoop nets, whatever it is. Just put in FA at checkout. You'll get 10% off. Let's go to the Coronado Islands, where fishing was great yesterday. Arthur, who I met on the Island Spirit several months ago, is a great guy. He was out yesterday and said yellowtail fishing was great. He was out with Guardian Charters, and with 4 guys, they had 12 yellowtail at the Coronado Islands. And of course, mixed with it are bass, or barracuda, some bonita, rockfish if you want to do that. The Lucky Bee had 20 yellowtail. So really great fishing going on right now. And you can see it's insane down here on the beach this morning. Really, really good. All right, San Clemente Island, you saw that great variety on the Thunderbird. Sea lions are driving the boys a little bit nuts there, but there's a nice mix of fish. Sea bass, those early morning yellowtail on dropper loop, 60-pound with 5/0 hooks, 8-ounce to 12-ounce torpedo sinkers. Big fish like 25, 40 pounds. Yeah, there's smaller yellows in there, but there's some really superior grade. And as I mentioned, there's white sea bass, there's barracuda, there's calico bass, sheephead. Just a great variety on the Thunderbird yesterday. The Fury was there, 29 guys, 145 calico bass. The bass bite, incredible right now. It's really going crazy. 2 halibut, 5 yellowtail, 25 barracuda. So some darn good fishing going on at San Clemente Island. No question about it. We've got all the right signals. And as I mentioned, right nearby there are those bluefin tuna. You can encounter them in the daytime. You have heavy tackle, bring it. You're going to need it for those yellows anyway, but you're going to need a little bit bump up in your tackle if you get into that, 75 to 200 plus pound bluefin tuna. Keep that in mind. Catalina Island, we see some really excellent fishing going on. Fantastic bite going on for so many people. There's been some big yellows for the private boaters. Pursuit got a couple of those, and then had that mix of bass and barracuda and bonita, the three Bs, providing great action. It's been fantastic here recently, so that also is great news as the bite continues really strong over at Catalina Island. Gale force yesterday with that mix of fish. Nice, excellent fishing, gorgeous weather, hard to beat. Up in the Channel Islands, Gray Light with a big hit on the white sea bass. I don't know how I can get any better than that. There are occasional hits of sea bass and halibut going on, steady as it goes, rockfish, and great barracuda fishing going on right now. Some guys are keeping a lid on that sea bass bite, but some boats have been putting the hurt on them, along with some excellent barracuda fishing. Let's go to our live update that we did with Captain Daniel Hadaway on board the Island Spirit, and then I'll be back in a moment.
With our 805 coverage, as Robert Graver likes to say, as we go up to the Island Spirit and Captain Daniel Hadaway, who has a really great way of making me look good because I promote a trip with some spaces on it. And then, Daniel, you have an outstanding day like you had today. First of all, good to see you. And secondly, nice day on the water.
Absolutely. Good to see you too, Phil, first of all. Second of all, congrats on becoming a grandpa. Super cool.
Thank you so much.
And,
I appreciate that.
Yeah. Yeah, and yeah, we had a great day. It was a lot of fun.
So let's start out. I mean, we're talking multiple species here. Let's start out with the fun stuff. Had a good barracuda bite, didn't you?
Yeah, we started out doing some rock fishing. I was going to just go straight to just surface stuff, but noticed that our group was pretty much all rent rod. So I thought maybe some bottom fishing would be good for them to, just catch a few fish first and, get the technique down a bit. So we gave them a seminar, tied on some double dropper loops, and we actually ended up having really, really outstanding rock fishing. So we got limits of cod pretty fast and a handful of nice ling cod, and then we shot into the island and had good surface fishing for the rest of our day.
Man, that is outstanding. Novice group of anglers, rent rod fishermen. They get a big bag of fillets to go home with, but we're not through yet. We're going into the island, and now we're looking for halibut and barracuda. How'd that go for you?
Yeah, it's really cool. We had a few kids on the boat too that just got dropped off by their parents, so they're all they're all calling their moms asking for extra cash to cover their fish cleaning because they caught so much. So it's a good day, a lot of fun.
How was the barracuda fishing?
Good. It was really steady. It wasn't as wide open, I'd say, as we had with you guys, but it was pretty much boiling around the boat steady, and we were just going around teaching people how to fly line baits and helping them get bits. So it was good.
So mostly novice anglers. Was there any iron fish? Were you guys throwing the iron and passing some fish off?
Yes, the crew were hooking them on irons and passing them off a little bit, but our passengers for the most part were fishing with dropper loops and fly lines and sliding sinkers. So it was good.
So if you're an angler that knows a little bit about throwing an iron, that's something you want to bring, a jig stick with some iron.
Yeah, definitely. This time of year, it's definitely worth it. At one point when we were chumming really heavy, it was just every cast on the iron, it was just getting licked. So it's a lot of fun.
How are conditions looking? Is the water warming up? Do you see that barracuda bite progressing and getting better?
I do. I saw it all over the place. There's quite a good spread of fish all around the island. Water's like 64.5 degrees. So it's climate's getting warmer. No, water looks really good. We had, good current. Nice day, nice conditions.
Excellent. And your bait, is it still a mix of sardine and anchovy, or is it mostly sardine?
Yeah, it's mostly sardine. I'd say like 20% anchovy. For the people that could fly line an anchovy, it was instant. If you could figure out how to collar hook an anchovy and get it to swim down a bit, the bass bite was instant on that fly line anchovy. Caught a few nice ones today. It was fun.
Man, there's nothing better than chovy fishing for bass. Light line, maybe what size hook? Number 4 hook? Is that what you were doing?
Yeah, I was using like a number 2 hook. It was fine. The chovy's good size. But yeah, like number 2 hook, 15-pound test, and it was pretty instant.
Excellent. You also had a flatfish, I see, right?
Yes, we did catch a halibut too. That's cool. Dropper loop fish.
Man, I'm telling you, that is just a great day's fishing where you limit everybody out. And I have to emphasize to everybody who's listening right now, this was a novice group of anglers They're going home with halibut, barracuda, rockfish, calico bass. That says a lot about the crew on the Island Spirit. I mean that sincerely.
Absolutely. Our first fish of the day too was a nice lingcod. So uh, the youngest kid on the boat caught a lingcod on the first drop. So it was a great day right from the start. It was a lot of fun.
Man, the Island Spirit is starting to gain a reputation for making kids' dreams come true on the water. Really?
We try real hard. Like to see the kids have a good time and catch a really cool fish.
How far from home are you right now?
About 20 minutes.
Oh, excellent. All right.
Yeah.
Well, what's the future? I think you're kind of booked up this week, aren't you? Maybe open again on Sunday?
Yeah, we're chartered Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then back on our open party schedule starting Sunday all through next week.
All right, very good. Kids fish free this Sunday, correct?
Yes, sir. We still have almost 30 spots left or something. So plenty of room to come on for Kids Fish Free Sunday. Spend a little extra time doing some bottom fishing, kind of help everybody, get with the program and catch a few fish first, and then see if we can't, go inside and try to catch some of that shallow water fish as well.
All right, excellent. And Monday, I mean, for people who can go on Monday, you're definitely going to have a lighter load, less people. And, normally that spells better fishing on an individual basis.
Absolutely. Like today was a Tuesday, very light load. Earlier in the week, I thought this might get out. We had a little bit of interest, like 4 or 5 people signed up over the weekend, and we have the same thing for next Tuesday too. So if we can just get a few more guys signed up, we can get it out with a light load and have a really fun day of surface fishing. Catch some cod if you guys want to, but I'm totally cool with just focusing on bass, barracuda, halibut, stuff like that. But take you guys to do whatever you want to do. Just have a good time.
All right, great. And just because people come here for 805 information, are you hearing anything good about sea bass or anything like that today?
I haven't heard if sea bass bit at the outer islands, but I know that barracuda bites hot. It's all over the place down here, so bodes well for local fishing.
Excellent. I love it. How can people get on board the Island Spirit, Daniel?
Yeah, you guys can call Ventura Harbor Sport Fishing at 805-676-3474, or you can visit our website. It's venturasportfishing.com.
All right. I was just up there. I'm ready to come back again, man. You're never going to get rid of me. You've created a monster
here. Well, we're gonna see you guys, I believe.
That's right. Yeah, definitely. In August, we're going to get that date all confirmed with Paulina and then bring her up there. And that should be a really fun trip, Daniel.
Absolutely. Yeah. As soon as we know the date, we'll make a note online that it's a Bill Friedman sponsored trip, and can't wait to fill it up and have another fun day with you guys.
I'm looking forward to it, man. Have a great day. Thanks for checking in, taking time out of your busy day. Give my best to all the boys on deck and Bert in the galley and Saul up there in the ticket office and Tucker and Cody and everybody that make Ventura Sport Fishing so special. And once again, fantastic day, and thanks for sharing that with us.
Thank you so much, Phil. We all appreciate you a lot. Have a nice day, guys.
Daniel, you take great care.
You too, bud.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
What a great report from Daniel, providing kids and adults with so many memories. You can get on board the Island Spirit on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of next week, and this Sunday, Kids Fish Free. Paid adult, you take a kid 12 and under for free. 805-676-3474. Say hi to Saul for me. Great report, Daniel. Really appreciate that. All right, my friends, let's talk along the coast, and I'm talking 1/2 and 3/4 day boats, twilight trip, New Seaforth. 6 yellowtail yesterday. Pretty good hit for the twilight. A lot of calico bass down there in the San Diego area. Some of them are shorts. A lot of them are shorts, but it's great action. There's quite a bit of legal fish, though. Also, really robust action on the calico bass. Fly line, chovy, or sardine has been the best way to go. I like 15-pound on calico bass. You'll get so many bites. It will blow your mind. Use that GT4 fluorocarbon from Promar. Let me tell you, they give you more line for a less expensive price, and it's good stuff. It gets bit, and it's really, really fantastic. You can get that by going to promarahi.com and put in FA at checkout. We deeply appreciate that. Up there around Dana Wharf, we see a lot of the same here in the LA Orange County area, Long Beach based San Pedro-based boats are doing pretty good. The Monte Carlo yesterday had over 70 calico bass, a couple sand bass, and a 15-pound halibut. We're seeing some really good scores here on the Victory, catching calico and sand bass. The Native Sun out of 22nd Street Landings had some really good scores here recently. The weather's beautiful and the fish are biting, and every once in a while I'll flash on the Barracuda. Nothing wrong with that. My friend Tom Doerr is focused on this bass out of Redondo Sport Fishing, running the Pescador every single morning. And Tom's a great old captain who will put you on fish and provide you with beautiful customer service. Get on the Pescador out of Redondo with Tom Doerr. I know you're going to love that. Once again, we continue to see really good fishing in the Channel Islands. Daniel got us caught up on all of that. Now, we talk about the surf, and what can I tell you? This is insane down here this morning. These guys are putting the hurt on the yellowfin croaker. They're catching some spotfin croaker. There's plenty of sand crabs here. Huntington Beach has been excellent. Seeing all these other guys, there's like 6 guys up here, and they're catching some fish here this morning also. It has been a spectacular morning, no question about that. And also, we see some really great fishing down towards San Diego. Yellowfin croaker, some halibut. Last night was the final night of a grunion run. That's when these fish start to get even hungrier around here. So we are seeing some fine fishing going on. And remember, Big Fish Bait and Tackle right down there on the corner of Seal Beach Boulevard and Pacific Coast Highway. That's where you can get your bait and your tackle. Tackle from trout fishing, surf fishing, right on up to bluefin tuna fishing. They've got it all at Big Fish Bait and Tackle. Wow, some really excellent stuff going on, no question about that. Well, I don't know what to tell you. The light switch is not on. It's like broken on. It is so good. That world-class bluefin tuna fishing last night was spectacular on board several boats. They all were thumping them hard, losing a lot, some guys getting a lot. It just all depends upon your crew and how tackled up you are. You got to pay attention. It's nighttime, so there's going to be tangles. They're inevitable. That's going to happen. But there has been some really outstanding fishing going on. All right, we're going to continue to watch this for you very, very closely. Can't thank you enough for joining us. Remember, 2 trips on the horizon. That Apollo trip, San Diego, September, 2 days. Going to be a great one. And also on board the Amigo out of 22nd Street Landing. I believe the Amigo has some open party trips right now that you can get on. Give 22nd Street Landing a call at 310-832-8304. Freedom also fishing this stuff, so really a unique opportunity. Who knows how long it's going to last? I think it's going to push right through the fall, perhaps even into November, but who knows? It's biting now, and you better get on it. If you've been waiting to catch a giant bluefin tuna, this is the year. This is the time. It's really phenomenal stuff. Take care. Have a wonderful Wednesday, and I hope to see you really, really soon.